Welcome to Andrew Talks with your host, Andrew.
Welcome to another Andrew Talks podcast. This week has been a very positive week, with one guest has already agreed to join me for a podcast, and one that wants to be a recurring guest. If you would like to be a guest on this podcast, please feel free to reach out. Now, my background in analytics has predominantly been in Adobe. But one thing that many may not realize is I started off learning Google Analytics, Universal Analytics before I started learning about Adobe. Now, even with this, I love Adobe for their flexibility. And I understand Google Analytics' rigid nature. Adobe wants to be flexible to ensure that whenever you are setting up your tracking can match your unique company needs. While Google Analytics, they want to keep it rigid because they want it to be more standardized across the entire industry. And while that makes it a lot easier for an analyst to move from company to company than it is for Adobe, it does bring its own limitations in. For example, I do not understand why Google Tag Manager gives an option to send all data, including e-commerce, as a checkbox, but does not send it unless you are using one of the predefined events. Google had to specifically tie this into Google Tag Manager to prevent this from happening. But it doesn't mean that you cannot trick Google Analytics and GTM to do this. So how do you handle e-commerce when your site doesn't adhere to the GA4 strict setup? You have to trick it. Now, there are many e-commerce events, many that you probably do not need to use for your company. You just need to take one of these and make it as a predefined dummy variable. And that dummy variable is strictly there just so that you can send e-commerce tracking. And then you need to set up a custom dimension that will explain what is the actual event that you want to use. Utilizing the Explore feature, it is easy to use these custom dimensions as indicators of where they are in the funnel. Now, if you are using BigQuery, you can write rules to put it back the way that you wanted it. So that way BigQuery is your source of truth. Now, while I cannot tell you everything, as this is something that we have developed here at Loop Horizon, I wanted to discuss that this is possible. We have done this for other clients. And if you want to learn more about how to trick Google Analytics to match your company's unique e-commerce setup, reach out to us. As always, keep on analyzing.